back to another video, and today I'm going over the top things that you need to learn, the top maneuvers that you should learn for Rocket League on controller. So, the first tip, you're going to want a controller. You can't really do the controller tricks without a controller, so first you need to get a controller. But I assume you've done that already, so now that you have your controller, like playing with it for a little bit and knowing how it works and stuff and finding good bindings is good to do first. But once you've done that, I assume you've played with your controller for a little bit. And so, yes, so the first thing you want to know how to do is air rolling. Now you shouldn't only have the air roll where you have to hold down a button and then move your stick, because obviously you can only move like that, and with that you won't be able to do things like tornado spinning. So you need to be able to air roll, and it's not hard. Air rolling is really easy, but one thing that I like to do is, let's say I score. What you want to do, sometimes you get knocked back, so just start air rolling. As you're flying through the air, after you score, just start air rolling. And then you'll eventually get used to that. And then, you can use it to turn and stuff like that. Now, the second maneuver is half flips, and basically it's so that you can turn around. So let's say the ball is coming towards your goal, or let's say you're going to the ball like this. You want to be able to turn around, and there are actually two different ways to do a half flip. There is the way that I use, and then there's the way that I don't use. So first we'll do the way that I don't use. So I'm just going to position myself like this. You want to first backflip. Now, as soon as you start that backflip, you push the stick forward as if you were going forward. So you backflip and push the stick forward, and that's going to actually cancel the flip. And then after that, you're going to want to turn. Now, I'm not very good at this way, and that's why I can't do it very well. But obviously it works. You can do it, and there are all kinds of videos of people, and most people use that way, but to me, I just can't do it very well. So here's what I do. I just jump, pull the stick back, jump and pull the stick back, so I'm facing the other way, and then in midair, as soon as possible, I just start rolling. Boom. So you have to land like on both wheels. So if you're like this, you're gonna spin a little bit, and you're not gonna land straight, but it works pretty well. So there's that. And then next thing you should learn how to do, you should know how to fly in the air. So if you don't know, you can boost. And if you tilt your car back while in midair, you can fly up. You can boost up. And this is really nice because you can do some really cool things. But with flying, you can obviously get some really nice shots, and it's a lot harder to play when you don't know how to fly. Like, I could hit that ball right there. I could also drive up the wall, but like hitting that. And also for traveling is really nice. So to fly, the best way, how to quick aerial, this is what they call it. You are going to want to start boosting forward. Alright, so you start boosting forward, and then as soon as you want, jump and pull back. Now, it really depends where the ball is, how much you pull back. So if the ball was close to me, I'd pull back a lot more. And if the ball is far away, I wouldn't pull up as much. But also, the less you pull up, you're going to start going down more. So you're going to want to go up enough so that you can move. But also remember, if you tilt downwards, you can go down quickly. So if you really need to reposition yourself, you can. So you're going to want to boost, jump, and pull back. And you're going to want to feather boost to stay in the same place. So if you can just keep tapping it and try to stay at the same point. And yeah, so there's that. And then let's say after that, let's say you need a little more altitude. You still have a double jump, and you can use that to gain a little more altitude, and it actually helps a lot. Now, don't waste it. So let's say you're going down, don't use it. Well, it didn't really do anything. But don't use it in that situation I just used it in, because it's just wasting it. You're just getting suspended in the air for just a tiny second longer, and that's really not that useful. So yes, that is how to aerial, how to fly through the air. Now something a little more complicated, tornado spinning. And it looks like this. It looks like an upside down tornado. And sometimes it can be really useful for controlling the ball in the air, but you may not need to use it yet, but you can position it right and have your nose staying at almost the same point. And since you're going in circles, it's going to be a little bit more accurate. You're going to be holding the ball there. And so yes, I don't really use it a lot, but it also could be a good way to turn, because you do this and then you've turned around. And so I screwed on accident. So to do a tornado spin, you need to bind the directional air rolls to the right stick on your controller. And then the left stick obviously does this. And then the left stick should make you roll like that. And then I haven't bound up and down yet, or pressing it, but you should be able to roll like that. And this also is a good way to air roll, but you might not have it bound. So to tornado spin, it really depends on which way you want to go, which way you want to spin. And the way you're spinning is the way that you're holding down the rolling button. Whenever you're tornado spinning, you want to hold both of the sticks in different directions. So if I want to turn right, if I want to tornado spin with the right stick, and I want to push it to the left, which is my personal favorite because it's really natural movement and you don't have to like pull both of the sticks back. So I just default to using this one, and it can really help you position yourself against the wall. I obviously missed there, but you're going to want to push your sticks in the opposite direction. So for me, whenever I do it, I push both of the sticks towards the middle of the controller. So the left stick to the right and the right stick to the left. And then you start boosting and stuff. And the way it happens is really dependent on the way you're moving. Really depends on, one, how you were moving before, And two, like what angle you were at when you started it. Now, another way to tornado spin, and this one's really cosmetic in my opinion. It's nice at the end because it actually looks like a tornado. Because tornado spinning looks like an upside down. Wait. Sometimes it looks like an upside down tornado. So you just push both of the sticks in one direction. And so if you're going up when using tornado spinning, you push both of the sticks together because your car is going to be angled up like this. But if you want to go down, you're going to push both of them in the same direction and boost. So push both of them together, push both of them in the same direction. And you see, I went up, and then I went down. And also, when you boost, also affects things. So if I'm like this, and I boost when I'm facing my goal, I'm gonna start going towards my goal. So, and when you're tornado spinning, you can't really use the roll where you have to hold down a button because you have to use you have to use the stick to roll, but you also have to use it for like twisting yourself. So you really have to bind another button. So that is tornado spinning. So another thing you should learn is wave dashing, and it's basically a quick way to move without boost, and you can go fairly fast, and you can also do it backwards. I've never practiced it backwards, but you can still do it backwards, and you can also do it to the sides, but that's much harder because you have to hold power slide, and I don't know, I just can't do it. So first what you're going to want to do is jump, and you want to press it very lightly because I don't know if you noticed, but if you just press it as quick as you can, you don't go very high, but if you press it a ton, you go high. So you want to press it as lightly as you can. Now you're going to angle your car back a little bit, and eventually you'll find the sweet spot, but you don't want it to be angled too high, and you don't want to be angled too low because it's not going to do anything. So you got to find like the right balance in between, and if you look at how my car is facing, that's about the right point to do it at. So now, as soon as your back wheels hit the ground, you're going to push the stick forward. As soon as your wheels hit the ground, push the stick forward and jump. As soon as they hit the ground. So, not like right before they hit the ground, not after like that, but right when those wheels hit the ground, push the stick forward and hit your jump button. So it's going to try to make you flip forward, but really you're just flipping into the ground and generating speed. So that is how you wave dash, and then if you want to go backwards, then you just basically do the same thing, but going backwards. Having a little bit of connection issues here. But yeah, so that's how you wave dash. And now the next thing that you need to know how to do is wall shots. You need to be able to shoot the ball off the wall. So I'm gonna have to try to get the ball up on the wall. That's a little too far out. So at some point, when the ball's on the wall, sometimes I can't really replicate it, so I'm just gonna stop the ball. At some points, the ball is going to be on the wall. So you just boost up and then you hit the ball off. But sometimes the ball is not going to be like on the wall. It's going to be close, but not on the wall. So when you boost up, you're not going to hit it, and nothing's going to happen. So what you've got to do is boost up, get to where the ball is, and then flip into it. Now, I like to hold the stick in whichever direction the ball is, to me. So if I'm like this, and the ball is right, like on my nose, then I flip that way. Most of the time, I'll do a diagonal flip just because it seems like it hits it off better, and I do get a good positioning. But that's just me. So you just go up on the wall and you bounce off. Now the next thing you should know how to do is bouncing off the ceiling. I've done it a couple times in this video, and it's not really hard. But let's say you're boosting off, you're boosting on the wall, then you want to just jump up to the ceiling. So when you hit like the halfway point of the wall, you need to jump off the wall onto the ceiling. And when I jump, I pull the stick back so that I can get positioned to the ceiling like this, instead of hitting the ceiling like this, because that won't go as well. So you want to position yourself to hit the ceiling correctly, and then you're going to want to bounce off the ceiling. So when you see both of your wheels touch the ceiling, you're going to bounce off it, like I just did. Now we're going to add the part where you angle yourself down and boost. So you go up, you jump off the ceiling. I kind of failed there. You go up, you jump onto the ceiling, jump off the ceiling, and what do I do after that? How am I supposed to go to the ground? I'm just kind of floating here. I keep failing, but you say, oh, I'm just floating here, and so you'll be stuck there for a while. So what you want to learn how to do is position yourself down. And when you're going down, if your intents are to hit the ball, switch to ball cam. Right as you jump off the ceiling, if you're not already on ball cam, switch to ball cam when you're jumping off the ceiling. Because then you're going to know where the ball is, you're going to know what's happening, and you can try to position yourself down towards the ball, in the general direction of the ball, instead of going all haywire and going somewhere else. So, go up here, jump off here, and now you're upside down. So first, we talked about air rolling, so you're going to want to air roll off, and then you can boost to the ground. But first, before you boost, you want to position yourself like this. You want to choose an angle to go down. So don't go straight down, because then you'll hit the ground and then you'll be like this and you'll be wasting boost. But you want to find the correct angle, and then you want to fall down at that angle, because you'll go towards the ground lightning fast, and then you'll be going towards the ball and you'll save the day. So what you also can do is you can, if the ball's like right under here, you can tornado spin like we talked about and boost down, because then I'm about to score myself. You are going to go straight down, mostly down, and you're going to fall like right here, and that's a pretty good point to hit the ball. But let's say the ball's right there, I want to try to hit it. Then now well, besides failing that, I would be set up, I could go around here, and if I didn't miss that before, then I could have hit it in. And that would have been a pretty awesome shot. Now you can also do it on this side, like by your goal. Another thing you can do, if you want to go like farther, so let's say the ball is going over to my goal, the blue side, then I can just boost up, and then I can, like, instead of jumping off the wall onto the ceiling, instead of jumping off the wall onto the ceiling, I can just go up both of them. And then if you want some extra downward force, you can jump off the ceiling. And then I'm on the other side, boom. And you can kind of fly with it. And yeah, so that is like bouncing off the ceiling. And then, yeah, I mean, that's about it. So, well, there's one more thing you can practice. So, you go into free play, you close your eyes, yeah. I assume you're probably already in free play testing these things out, but you can like spin up and do some weird stuff and fly and like hit the wall, and then you want to open your eyes, and then you want to try to position yourself to fall correctly. So like this, I want to fall correctly, and I want to fall flat on my tires. As you can see there, I was a little crooked, so now I want to fall on my tires and go straight, so there we go. That's a really nice thing to practice, and most goal explosions push you back, so that's also a good place to practice it. So like if I were to score on, if I miss this, I'm going to be really sad. Like on there, and then, oh, wow, I might be able to practice like hitting the ground properly. So that's an added bonus to learning how to do, or like that's a bonus, and you can practice it really easily like that. And yeah, so now, yeah, that's about it. The other thing you need to learn how to do is like flip into the ball. See, I wouldn't have hit that. I would have missed if I didn't go straight, but because I would have missed that if I went straight. Like here, I can hit the ball, and now it's going straight towards their goal. And I can go this way, and for the final touch, I can flip right into it. And that's also a nice thing to practice. So, yeah, that's about everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. That is Like Eb, out.